Now, from the start, I was really big on Clowney. When we signed him, thought he was going to have 10 to 13 and a half sacks. But as we know, that wasn't the case. Personally, I think we should let him walk in free agency. The reason I think that is because he'll want a lot of money, and because Mike Vrabel has said that he did not bother hanging out with any of his teammates. Unless he's willing to take a big pay cut, the Titans shouldn't bother re-signing him. When Clowney was on the field, he was great in every aspect of the game. The only thing he lacked was sacks. Clowney had 0 sacks in 8 games that he played. Now, most of the time, when Clowney was on the field, he would be getting double-teamed, which would help the pass rush with other players such as Rashaan Evans, Jeffrey Simmons, Daquan Jones, Harold Landry, and others. Now, Jadeveon Clowney is a great player. He's really fast. He has really good moves off the edge. But as far as that, I don't think the Titans should resign him. Now, I love Corey Davis. He's a great receiver, but I think we should let him walk. Corey Davis was wanting around $15 million for his 5th-year option. And if he wanted that for his 5th-year option, who knows how much he's going to be wanting for 2, 3, maybe 4-year contract. As much as I love Corey Davis, he tends to get in his head quite a bit at the time. When he does get in his head, he drops quite a bit of passes. Corey Davis did pretty good this year, while he had 65 receptions, 984 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Corey Davis had 5 games this year in which he surpassed 100 receiving yards, which to me, that is a pretty good year. I think we should sign Jonnu Smith to a 4-year, $30 million deal. Jonnu can do just about anything when he's on the field. He's a great blocker, great catcher, he is very explosive, and he's an extremely good red zone threat. Jonnu can be very easily compared to other tight ends around the league, such as Eric Ebron and Tyler Higbee contract-wise. Both of those tight ends make around $8 million a year. Jonnu's stats this year were 15 games, 41 receptions, 448 yards, 9 total touchdowns. He had 8 receiving, 1 rushing, and he also had 3 drops. Jonnu Smith is my favorite tight end in the league. I think we should re-sign the former All-Pro defensive back Desmond King to a 3-year, $15 million deal. The All-Pro defensive back was acquired via trade from the Los Angeles Chargers in Week 8 of the 2020 NFL season. Now, I know King had some ups and downs this year while with the Titans, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows how good he can truly be. If we are able to get a really good defensive coordinator, I think Desmond will become even better as a player and possibly better than his 2018 form when he was the All-Pro. Now, Desmond King is a really good slot corner. He has really good hands off the line, and he's a good returner if the Titans would want to use him at that spot. Desmond King is really good. That's all I gotta say. I don't think the Titans should re-sign Jaylen Brown. Brown is coming off a pretty big injury, and David Long Jr. was pretty good since Week 11 replacing him. If the Titans do end up bringing him back, they should only send him like a 2-year deal worth the $11 to $13 million deal. David Long is also way cheaper than Jaylen Brown and has the same abilities as Jayon does in coverage and everything else.